Once again, Destined to be Goblin goes international. This time, 3 products. 1 from Indonesia, 2 from Poland. Hello, Goblins and Goblinettes. Welcome back to another edition of Destined to be Goblin. Destined Goblin here. This is where I will try a food product of some kind, maybe something you didn't even know existed, and I will decide whether or not I should give it my Destined Goblin seal of approval. Once again, I hit my international markets, and I found 3 products this time. They are all sweet items today, so we're going to go ahead, dive right into it. First of all, I will let you know that I do have my Escape Blair Witch mug loaded up here with some nice cold water as a palate cleanser. Got the Blair Witch logo right there. Again, if you are in the Las Vegas area, if you ever get a chance to visit Las Vegas, look up the Escape Blair Witch escape room. Fantastic experience. I promise you, you will not be disappointed. Now we're going to go ahead and dive right into it. We're going to start with the product from Indonesia. These are called Beng-Beng. And they say right across there, share it. There's 10 packs inside for sharing with friends. So there we go. These are wafers, caramel, crispy, and chocolate. So 4 delicious tastes in one bite, according to the package. These are 50 calories for 1 piece. And again, there are supposed to be 10 pieces inside. Let's open these up and see what we get. Okay, so there's one of those individual packs. Again, there are 10 of those in there. And there's a closer look at that. It looks like this package may have actually melted at some point and maybe kind of re-solidified. So let's see what the flavor's like. We're looking for caramel, chocolate, wafers, and crispy. Well, I was going to say that's an interesting taste on that, but this is an interesting product. Okay, so first of all, the texture on that. Lots going on there. They're chewier than I thought they would be. I thought there would be a little bit of a chew from the caramel, but it feels like the caramel kind of wraps those wafers, and you really get a chewy bite each time you chew. You do get a crunch from those wafers. There is something else in there. Let me look a little bit closer at the ingredients. So I actually kind of expected to see maybe a piece of rice in there, something to give it that crunch, and there doesn't appear to be anything like that in there. It does say there's cereal. I don't know if that's maybe where that crispiness is coming from. The flavor on this, and I am going to have one more of these, the flavor on this is hard to pinpoint. The chocolate and the caramel almost kind of compete with each other for the dominant flavor, and it's difficult to determine who wins. Okay, so there's a second one of those, and again, it looks like these may have melted at some point and sort of reformed. Let's see again about the flavor. This is almost a textural experience more than it is a flavor experience. So the package says delicious cream, soft and crispy wafer coated with caramel and milk chocolate. I would say definitely try these if you're looking for a chewy candy bar, some kind of little snack. This is kind of nice. The flavor is not big and bold, and I think especially from a chocolate bar, if I was going to eat a candy bar, a chocolate candy bar, I'd want a little bit more of that sweetness, a little bit more of that chocolate flavor, but these are not bad by any means. All right, let's cleanse the palate and move on to Poland. Okay, again, that was a product of Indonesia. Now we are moving to 2 products from Poland. Now, both of these products are the same thing. I have no idea how to pronounce that. I don't know. There it is. I'm not even going to attempt it. Delicious, maybe, hopefully. I don't know. This is raspberry. The other one is cherry. These are European biscuits, and as you can see from the picture, it looks like they are robed in chocolate, and then right over that cookie, we're going to get a layer of, I'm assuming that's maybe jelly, jam, something like that. This one is supposed to be raspberry flavored. 100 calories for 2 cookies. Yeah, that's exactly what I was anticipating seeing. These remind me very much of those Biscolata cookies. I don't know if I ever released my review of those, to tell you the truth, or not, but those things were fantastic. So let's see if these, which are made in Poland, are similar to those Biscolata cookies. Okay, so right off the bat, I'm going to say that these are very similar to Biscolata. These are nowhere near as good. I am 100% Polish. I love Polish food. I love Polish products. I am not thrilled with this. There's a couple of things happening here. There is sort of a bizarre flavor coming off of that jelly. There is a raspberry flavor, but it is a very synthetic raspberry flavor. Let me actually look at these and see. They do say artificially flavored, so that is an artificial flavor, and you can tell it is definitely not a natural raspberry flavor. The texture on that jelly is also a little bit bizarre. It is very, very firm. The one thing I remember about the jelly area, the jelly center of those Biscolata cookies, was that it was nice and creamy. It wasn't too firm, it wasn't too soft. It was the perfect texture. This is a little bit too firm. The cookie is a little bit softer than I would expect off of this as well. And so those two contrasts of that really hard jam center and that really soft cookie there, sort of a little bit bizarre. They don't really complement each other that well. Yeah, not a big fan of this one at all. Let's try the cherry. Let's do a little palate cleanse first. All right, exact same product, same calorie count, everything. The only difference is here we have cherry. Okay, so there they are in that package. And again, I mean, it's a decent size product that you're getting here. It's a nice, good size cookie. It's got a lot of chocolate and definitely a lot of that filling. It's just a flavor that wasn't that great. There we go, cherry. Oh, that's even worse. So that is the same textural problems that I mentioned in the first one. Texture's exactly the same. The difference here, of course, being the cherry flavor. Now, that flavor is very reminiscent of something that is usually cherry, and that something is cough medicine. That very much tastes like a solidified chunk of cough medicine in there. That is not pleasant at all. These, I'm not giving a seal of approval at all. These are good. I'll give this 1 star. All right, there we go. 3 more international products. You know, you take your chances with these international products sometimes. Sometimes you hit some very good snacks. Other times it's a miss. This time it was a miss. I will catch you next time.